Times God sends us messengers, right? To deliver us messages. And I think that you met that woman. God sent you that woman last night. Um, yeah, in order to add that to your prayer, which is so beautiful. And I also understand the point that you were making, which is it's hard to pray for something when you aren't yet 100% sure that God is real and exists, right? So I understand where you're coming from there. But I still think that you can do both. That is one of the things the Lord wants us to pray for most is world peace. So it's a beautiful thing, you know. It's now your prayer can become equal parts, you know. God, I want to know you. I want to know you're real so that I can give my life to you. And I love how you put it, so that I can serve you, right? Because we're here to know God, to love God, and to serve God. When you get to that point, that's when life just feels kind of like magic in a way.
So yeah, so this is a great way to talk about the trade-offs. So, I have resisted a dualistic God versus mortal relationship thing and been more into non-duality. The advantage of our conversations is that it moves me towards humility and this idea of love being part of the
Mm,
experience, right? Because in non-duality, although people do report that feeling, often there's a kind of a coldness to it because you're one with everything, so there's no need to love anything. It's just all.
right.
So, but the flip side happens when, and I think it's fine you say this, but it does trigger me each time you
What's
say the
that?
Lord wants this or
Oh yeah,
needs this,
yeah.
right? So in this time it was, and I'll try to mention it each time. So this time it was the Lord wants world peace, and then I'm like, my mind goes, if he wants world peace, why do we need to beg for it? Why doesn't he just make it
Right,
happen?
right. Yeah, yeah. Right. And that's one of the biggest arguments there is against Christianity, really, is evil in the world, right? If God is God and he's all powerful, then why doesn't he intervene? Right? And the Christian idea regarding that is that God never allows a situation that he can't bring a greater good out of. And this is a hard one to come to believe. Believe me, I get it. I've struggled with this in the past before too. Yeah, no, the existence of evil in the world, if God is real, why doesn't he do something about it, right? No, that's perfectly logical argument. And yeah, the what I have come to believe over time through my Christian faith is that God will never allow an evil to occur that he will not bring a greater good out of.
So if I believed that, then I wouldn't have any need to pray for world peace because I would trust that the current war is to lead to a longer term peace. So my praying for it shows I don't trust him, right?
Well, I see what point you're making, but God, that's like one of the main reasons, besides that he loves us more than anything. Besides that, one of the main reasons that he likes us to pray to him is for two reasons. One, because it builds a concrete relationship with him, which just gets deeper and deeper over time. But also he uses our prayers. Um, he uses the prayers that we say to help with things in the world.
Oh, they're like an energy source.
Right. So it's like the more prayers that he gets from the whole world for world peace, the more that he can use that to that end
To
to
speed up the peace from
right
delaying.
precisely.
But the image that
Uh-huh.
came to mind is all across the universe, maybe one per galaxy. There's a planet with intelligent life on it. And those
Uh-huh.
beings are all soliciting or requesting or praying or begging for world peace. But
Mhm.
whichever population has the highest percentage is the one that gets the most attention because the most energy is being generated.
I never thought of it that way.
Now, my view is finite. It's implying finite. But when you mentioned that the energy of prayer is used to accelerate the peace process,
Correct, correct.
then it does lead to the conclusion that it's somewhat finite. Because if it was infinite, you wouldn't need to rely on any prayer to make it happen. You just snap your fingers and it would happen.
We'll see, God is capable of doing that, but I mean, unfortunately, it all goes back to God giving us free will as humans. And, you know, he says, I am, I'm not going to intervene with your free will. Unfortunately, the hearts of men are easily corrupted, as it says in the great Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien. And that's what you're seeing here. The corrupted hearts of men ruling in ruling power,
Okay,
causing
so then maybe the
chaos.
way to look at it is free will on earth. I don't really believe
Mhm.
in free will, but let's just say free will on
Sure.
earth. And then if enough people, maybe 33%, pray for world peace, then mm, that their free will contradicts the ones who want to make war and allows more God intervention.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see how my mind goes very mechanically, and
Yeah.
I have to confess that I've been, I don't think I am as much now, but I've been more interested in the mechanics of
Uh-huh.
the thing than
Right.
if there's an entity who is
Right.
running it out. And there's a logic behind that because if you understand the mechanics of it, you fix the machine or you do what the
Mhm.
machine requires.
Right.
But what I'm coming at with our conversations is, yeah, fair enough. But if you have the if you have that connection,
Hmm.
if you have that connection, then
Hmm.
your prayer for world peace may carry a little more weight, and you don't need 33%. Maybe
Sure.
if you've got 25 people praying intently for world peace, then the board of angels are like, okay,
Sure.
this
Sure.
planet, we've got
Yeah.
25 people who are praying for world peace with a certain level of intensity. Let's use that energy, ask
Yeah.
God if he wants to accelerate the peace
Right.
process.
Right.
God's like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, so that planet, you got 25 people. I see they've got
Yeah.
prayer units. We have to come up with a
Yeah.
term for them. Prayer units are high
Uh-huh.
enough that we can move up the timeline about 23 years. Nice job, people.
No, I mean, it's interesting, Jordan, because your brain works completely different than the way my brain works, but I completely get what you're saying, and I think it's okay to think about it mechanically because that's how your brain is hardwired. That's how you're able to compute this and put this together and make sense of it. Me, I'm more on the full faith-based side due to personal experiences I've had, right? But
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, because this crazy ideas I just threw out at you, they counteract the mind's desire to be, I don't want to say snarky, but that's the best word I can come with on the timeline. Like clever, like, oh, God is not being kind. So I come up with a
Sure.
mechanics, I satisfy that mind, the
Yeah,
mechanical mind, and then I'm like,
yeah,
okay, but this all leads to keep looking at the numbers, keep praying, keep trying to
sure.
get the connection.
Yeah,
If you want world peace, it comes through having that connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, Jordan. No, yeah,
All right, I have to run. I really appreciate working this through with you. I missed yesterday. That was
yeah.
that's harder.